This is the fourth time this season the Raptors have been on a 3-game losing streak, and they've lost 10 of their last 13 games. This team just simply cannot find ways to win basketball games. So in today's video, we try to figure out what Masai Ujiri really wants to do with this Raptors team. Is it about being successful? Is it about tanking? Let's get into it. Welcome NBA and Raptors fans. This is Amateur Hour Sports, your source for everything Raptors related. We do Raptors news coverage, game recaps, mock trade breakdowns, and so much more. So if you like the Toronto Raptors and you enjoy content in this video style, then make sure you are subscribed to Amateur Hour Sports for more content just like this. We are on a road to 8,000 subscribers, and you can help us get there by subscribing and enjoy the 4+ Raptor videos we put out every single week. But I mean, right now, guys, it's really difficult to be a Raptors fan right now. We obviously suffered through a lot. We suffered through a lot in the Tampa season, but this season was supposed to be different. It was supposed to be different. It was supposed to be, not quite there, not quite at that high tier level, but it was supposed to be a little bit better than this. My goodness, because right now it is abysmal from the Raptors. It is sometimes difficult to watch. There are some players like Siakam, VanVleet, and Barnes that make these games actually watchable, but the Raptors, wow. Like yesterday against the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies didn't have Ja Morant, and we lose still, and we lost 98-91. 91 points at home against the Memphis Grizzlies. Like, that's not a great defensive team. It is tough. It is tough right now to watch the Raptors. I was at the game yesterday, but it was enjoyable. It was exciting, but it's really difficult. The basketball, the product on the court just isn't what it needs to be right now. As we came into this season, I was expecting this Raptors team to be probably, that playing level team, which it's maybe looking like. They're probably a little bit worse than I expected. But I always said that on the court, if the individuals that are important to this team are playing well, like Scotty Barnes, is he developing? Siakam, VanVleet, are they playing well? If that's the case, then okay. The win-loss record takes a backseat to that stuff. That stuff is coming off to a degree, but I still am kind of surprised with the level the Raptors are producing right now. And Masai Ujiri is the man who has the capability to change up these things. Obviously, individual performances could be better. The bench performances could be better. But overall, this team is seriously lacking things. We need a center desperately. Raptors fans, I think every single Raptors fan has acknowledged this team needs a center above all else. In fact, and turned into the Toronto Raptors Twitter admin starting to hide all the replies that were talking about the Raptors needing a center, which I thought was pretty petty and also pretty funny. And we also need some help for the bench. Yesterday, the bench actually was pretty good, I gotta say, but typically we don't get strong shoulders from our bench. We don't have any depth. That could be addressed. But what does Masai Ujiri really want to do with this Raptors team? Because obviously Masai Ujiri, he knows basketball. He's watching this games. It's not rocket science. This team needs changes. This team needs trades to happen. But the Raptors are such a tight-lipped organization that we don't really know what Masai, what the front office, what Bobby Webster, what they really have planned, what they really want to achieve with this team. This is kind of the situation we had last season. For most of the season, it was just mental purgatory. We don't know what the Raptors are trying to do. Are we trying to win? Are we trying to lose? Like, what do we want to do? Do we just want to be competitive? And we're back in that scenario right now. So I'm trying to climb into the head of Masai Ujiri, hypothetically speaking, and try to figure out what the plan is. Because there are 3 trains of thought that Masai Ujiri could be going with this Toronto Raptors team. First, the easiest one that Masai Ujiri could be doing is tanking. Masai Ujiri said before the season that there's going to be a lot of growing pains with this team. Some of the games are going to be difficult to watch. And a lot of the games are difficult to watch right now. But last season, tanking was so profitable for this team. We ended up with the 4th overall pick and drafted Scotty Barnes, who's looking like a Rookie of the Year favorite up there with Evan Mobley. He could possibly win the award. If they gave the award out right now, Scotty Barnes would be the winner of that award, and he's trending towards winning it at the end of the season. So why not go for another high pick and add to this team, add another young potential superstar to this team? Masai Ujiri could easily be going down this train of thought, especially looking at a team that is now 9-13, having lost 10 of the last 13 games. I don't know if I want to tank again. I'm not sold on tanking yet. I'm not yet on the tanking bandwagon. I don't know about you guys. And I'm not sure Masai Ujiri is quite there yet. The second thing Masai Ujiri could be thinking is, okay, This team needs changes. Yes, we need a center. Yes, we need depth, but you can't make trades overnight. You got to wait for the right deal. You got to wait for the right player to become available. And he's kind of working on trades. Nothing is quite available. I think there are some centers that are worth trading for that teams be willing to part with right now, but maybe Masai Ujiri isn't looking at those specific players. So he's looking at other endeavors. And I think that's okay. If that's the case, if he's looking for things, whatever. Being patient, it's not like he can say he's going out trying to make a trade, so I can understand that train of thought as well. But the third thing he could be doing, this could be a little bit alarming. The third thing he could be doing is, no, this team is competitive. It can be competitive, and the pieces are in place here. I'm kind of done already with this positionless system. I just don't think it's going to work. You just simply need a rim protector on a lot of different nights. Maybe you can do this positionless game, but you need to have a center. You need to have an actual center for this team. We juggled with it all last season, and eventually we signed Kemba to help the team, gave it a boost, but we clamored all season for Masai to go and get a center. And this season, it's a repeat. It's deja vu. We need that center. But Masai Ujiri could be just firmly in the headset that this team can operate with a positionless system into the future and be successful with that positionless system. I'm not sold in the positionless game anymore. I'm completely off of that bandwagon, and I think this team needs a true center. But admittedly, we don't have all of the pieces necessary for that dream of the positionless team. We don't have the depth yet. We just don't have the players available and capable of completing that job. But if Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster are completely sold that the positionless game is going to work, then they could just be saying, let them figure it out. They need to figure out how to play the positionless game. It's going to be a transition year anyway. Let them go continue to play that way. Figure it out, learn that style of play, and they will be better at it for the future. So those are the three things. Just to sum up again, first one is tanking. Second one is he's trying to make trades, but we need to be patient. The third one is this team is fine and doesn't need any changes. So there are three things that he could be thinking about right now. I think that logically, Masai Ujiri in his head probably just wants to tank. This team is not going to win a championship. And I think that Masai Ujiri is usually a championship or bust type of GM. He usually likes to put teams out. Well, he's president right now, but he usually likes to put teams out that are built for the regular season, built for success in the regular season, then try to put together a deep playoff run as a result of that success in the regular season. It isn't always going to come from it having that just immediate superstar on the team, but sustained success over the regular season can translate into playoff success as well. When it doesn't, well, you go trade for Kawhi Leonard. So Masai Ujiri is known for building these teams, but he's also, like he said last season, he doesn't really see the point of just being there in the playoffs. He doesn't want to be a participant in the playoffs. He wants to go and challenge and win something if he's going into the playoffs. So if he's not, why not tank and get a better draft pick? Play in for what? As he famously said last season. So if that's the case, I think Masai Ujiri in his head really, really wants to tank. But I think there's also a partial part of him that recognizes that to truly get the best out of the development of the players, you need to have the right pieces around them. So for Scotty Barnes and for Siakam and OG and Fred VanVleet to keep getting better, you do need to add in that center for them. You need to add in that center to help round off the team, help with them defensively, and allow them to show out and be themselves a little bit more in the team. They don't have to do these extra roles, perform these extra roles like Fred VanVleet, having to be like one of the key rebounders for this team that shouldn't really be happening. So maybe he has a little bit of a mixture between tanking and also this team needs some help. I do think that deep down, he also really wants his position in this game to work. I don't know if he's kind of drifting away from that now, but based on the way Bobby Webster in particular was talking earlier in the preseason, he was saying, why not have five guys in the court that look like Pascal and OG and Anunoby? Scotty Barnes kind of fits that bill, but I think that even they can recognize at this point, this team does need a center. So what are the next steps? I don't think it's right yet to completely sell on tanking. It is only December 1st. There was a lot of time left in this season. You can go on a run, like you went 6-3 earlier on the season. You can go on a run, but when players are back healthy, it's possible. With injuries, I don't think there's really any hope for this team, given the depth that we have. It's going to be very difficult to win games. But when we're healthy, I'd like to see this team get another crack together, because right as Pascal Siakam returned from injury, we had all these other hosts of injuries that were piling up for the team. I want to see what this team can do when it's healthy before I make any drastic decisions. But it is very real and very concerning that we do need a center because injuries are going to happen. You need backups. You need depth in that position, which we unfortunately just do not have at our disposal. You got to figure out what's going on with Goran Dragic. It's $19 million that could be used on getting a center into this team. So a lot of things that need to be discussed. How I think it's going to go right now, I think Masai Ujiri kind of wants to tank, but I also think he acknowledges that this team does need a center. I think we're going to have a very real repeat of kind of what happened near the deadline last season of the Raptors. Okay, kind of tanking, but not really showing it, and then going full out for the tank mode at some point. But I still think this team has hope. I still think this team has hope to get back to 500. I think they're going to struggle. If I was a betting man, I'd probably say this team won't get back to 500, but be flirting in and around that mark. Could they get above it? Sure. Is it likelier than not? I don't quite think so. But this team can still have a successful season if a few of these things happen. If Scottie Barnes wins Rookie of the Year, I think Raptors fans will take that as a big dub. If Fred VanVleet can make a push for that all-star team, I think the team record is going to affect his candidacy. But I think talent-wise, stat-wise, he has been good enough to get there. The record needs to be better for him to really make the team, but I think it's highly possible. If the young players develop, if this team is going into the right direction with the core, then there are good positives to take away. Build around that core, that successful core. You have a lot of assets you can pivot with. Some decisions can be made. But as far as this season goes, Raptors fans, you're going to have to stay really patient. We don't know what Masai Ujiri wants. It's a frustrating situation to be in and circumstance to be in. We just don't know what the direction of this team is and what this direction of the team is going to be. I'd love to know, but we are simply not going to know unless moves are made. We don't even know if those moves are coming, if those trades are coming. So that's just kind of the purgatory we live in. We have to accept that. Let's cheer for the Raptors every night. Let's hope for the best from the individual performances of guys like Siakam, Scottie Barnes, and VanVleet, and we'll see how this season plays out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. That's it for me for today. In the comments, I want you to let me know if you are on the tank bandwagon or if you are still holding off. I myself am still holding off because I think this team can be successful with the right players and with players returning from injuries. Make sure if you did enjoy the video, you give a like, support us, help us reach some new viewers, let other people know that this is some great content they need to be checking out. YouTube algorithm has given the channel a big hit this month for whatever reason, so make sure you're giving us likes. And if you're new and you enjoy the content, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You get 4+ videos a week, all concerning the Toronto Raptors. We work hard to bring you guys the content, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. We've had an amazing year. One more month to go. Let's see how far we can take amateur hour sports. I have a vlog coming out from the game yesterday. I was at the game, so I vlogged my experience. You can check it out up here with this channel in about an hour or so, 30 minutes to an hour. Subscribe to that one for more vlogs in the future, and check out post-game shows from the games with the link down in the bottom corner. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time for another video.